Man, the
Is that the real
architecture is just
palace?
gorgeous.
That's my future house.
I don't know who lives in this palace, but I wish I did.
I want to ride the eye, Tammy Slayton declared, eyes wide with determination. Amy Halteman, her younger sister, looked up from her phone. What eye? The London Eye, Tammy said, adjusting the oversized sunglasses perched on her nose. That big wheel thing. I saw it on a documentary. Real fancy. Chris, their brother, let out a low whistle from the kitchen. Y'all know that's in England, right? Like across the ocean. Amy blinked. I thought you meant some new fair ride at the county fair. Nope, Tammy said, smiling like she'd already packed her bags. We're going to London. The room went quiet. You serious? Asked Amanda, their sassy and ever-outspoken sister. Tammy, you do know that's not just a quick trip to Gatlinburg. That's across the pond. With passports. And planes. And tea, Tammy added. And crumpets, Amy chimed in, though she wasn't sure what crumpets were. Tammy folded her arms. Look, I've been working my butt off to get healthy, and y'all said we should do something big. Well, this is big. Chris rubbed his beard thoughtfully. Tammy's right. We haven't done nothin' fun in years. Let's see the world before the world sees us first. Amanda snorted. They already did. We on TLC. A beat passed. Then Amy squealed, grabbing Tammy's hand. We're going to London. Planning a family vacation is never easy. Planning an international vacation for the Slayton siblings? Chaos incarnate. The passport office was the first disaster. Tammy forgot her birth certificate. Amy lost hers under Gage's toy chest. Chris had to bribe Amanda with lunch at Cracker Barrel just to get her to apply. But they got them. Then came the flight. TLC's production team helped coordinate, booking accessible seating and laying out a whole plan. Amy was terrified of flying. I don't like heights unless it's the top of a biscuit stack, she said, packing snacks into her carry-on. Tammy was focused. I want to take a selfie with Big Ben, she said. Chris corrected her. That's not a guy. It's a clock. Still counts, she said. By the time the day arrived, they were equal parts terrified and thrilled. The airport experience was its own episode. Chris was stopped at TSA for trying to bring a family-sized jar of peanut butter. Amanda argued with a gate agent about the carry-on policy. But when that plane lifted off, Amy held Tammy's hand tight. We're actually doing it, she whispered. Tammy nodded. Yep. London, baby. Heathrow Airport was a blur of people, accents, and unfamiliar signs. Y'all, Amanda drawled. I can't understand a word anybody's saying. It's English but fancy. Their driver met them with a sign that said, Slayton Family, in bold print. They rode in a black cab to their hotel, an old Georgian building with red brick and ivy climbing the walls. Oh my God, Amy whispered as they stepped into the room. We're in a dang palace. Their first full day started with disaster. Tammy got stuck in the elevator, twice. Chris tripped over a curb because he was too busy trying to imitate a British accent. Amanda refused to eat the hotel's bacon, declaring it looked like soggy ham sadness. But none of it mattered. When they saw the Thames River for the first time, Amy teared up. This is wild, she said. We really here. That night, they went on a double-decker bus tour. Tammy demanded the front seat on top. Y'all can wave at me like I'm the queen. You got more attitude than her, Chris quipped. Tammy grinned. They had 5 days in London, and they made every minute count. Day 1. Buckingham Palace. Amy waved so hard at the guards she almost fell into the fence. Tammy kept asking if the Queen was home. Day 2. Tower of London. Amanda took a selfie with a beefeater and asked where the beef was. Chris was fascinated by the armor displays and insisted he could rock a chainmail hoodie. Day 3. Camden Market. Amy bought a Mind the Gap shirt, Tammy got a vintage hat, and Amanda accidentally insulted a local by saying their scones were too dry. Day 4. Harry Potter Studios. Tammy cried when she sat in the replica Hogwarts Great Hall. Amy geeked out over butterbeer. Chris said he'd make a good Hagrid, just without the beard. Day 5. The London Eye. The big one. "Tammy," Amy said as they reached the platform, "you sure you good?" Tammy nodded. "I ain't scared no more. Not of heights. Not of life. Let's do this." They boarded the capsule. The wheel lifted slowly. Below, London sprawled like a dream. Amy slipped an arm around her sister. "We made it." Tammy smiled. "We did." On their final night, TLC surprised them with a private British afternoon tea. They sat in a tea room with floral wallpaper and a chandelier that looked like it cost more than their entire hometown. Little sandwiches, pastries, and teacups lined the table. Chris bit into a cucumber sandwich and muttered, "Tastes like lawn clippings." Amy laughed so hard she snorted tea. But as the laughter died down, Tammy looked around the table. "I gotta say something," she said. Everyone turned to her. "I ain't never thought I'd make it this far. Y'all know what I been through. The hospital. The wait. The trach. The fight just to breathe." They nodded quietly. "But sittin' here, across the world with my family, it means everything." Amy wiped her eyes. "Tammy, we're so proud of you." Amanda raised her teacup. "To Tammy, Queen of London." They all clinked cups. Tammy laughed. "I want that on a shirt." The flight home was quieter, a mix of exhaustion and contentment. TLC captured them saying goodbye to the sights of London. Tammy looked out the window as the city lights faded. Back in Kentucky, the Slaytons returned to their routine, but everything had shifted. Tammy walked with a little more confidence. Amy planned more family outings. Chris started looking at travel blogs. Amanda, she made a TikTok series called Redneck Abroad. The episode aired 6 weeks later. It trended on Twitter. Fans across the globe messaged things like, "Tammy on the London Eye made me sob." Amanda versus British bacon is the content I needed. Protect the Slayton siblings at all costs. Tammy read every message. She posted a photo of herself in front of Big Ben with the caption, "This ain't the end. It's just the start. Next stop, Paris."